Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and today we are looking at the A+ Studio figure of Donquixote Doflamingo. Yes, it is the leader of the Doflamingo pirates himself. It is, of course, this is pretty cool. So the back of it is the world government logo. That is, of course, because Doflamingo was one of the 7 warlords of the sea. Interesting that they are using that as opposed to the Doflamingo flag, but there we are. We're getting quite a bit of sun in. It is very early morning here in the home of the Grand Cat in Scotland, in Glasgow. And it's unusual for us to get any kind of sun here whatsoever, so this is a little bit of a treat. And let us take a look at our A+ Studio Doflamingo. Of course, we do already have a WCF Doflamingo, but I saw this one and I thought, well, I cannot pass up the offer of getting this guy. And there you can see it does have the world government symbol in the top left corner. And this is number 225 of Donquixote Doflamingo. In case you're wondering why I say it in that voice, that is the voice that Doflamingo introduces himself as. And here we can open this up and take a look and see what we have here. Oh, it looks like we have one of the little bounty posters. And oh my goodness, that hand almost fell out by itself. So we have to take extra special care for that one. And there is our Doflamingo himself. This is my first time seeing him, which is very, very nice indeed. Let's go ahead and get out his stand. And then we shall take out the man himself. And there is his little bounty poster reward, which is an additional little add-on. Okay, let's move the packaging out of the way. And this looks really, really cool. I love the way they've done the glasses and the jacket. They've given it a nice kind of purple hue onto the pink jacket itself. Of course, with all these A+ Studio, the sculpt and the paintwork is absolutely amazing. Now, let's see here. I want to make sure that I've got the hand the correct way on. It is indeed this way. And it should be magnetized. There it is. Makes a very satisfying click if you can hear it. I mean, you can actually see me doing it with a little bit of distance between the two parts. Very, very cool. And that is the power of magnets. Magnets, how do they work and all that jazz. I actually know a fair bit about magnets, but that comes from having a science background. But yes, this is absolutely glorious. Let's take a look at his little wanted poster. It's very, very similar to Buggy's. Let me just go ahead and compare Buggy's. I think they might be using the exact same mold and sculpt, and they've just changed the actual wanted poster itself. But it's still a cool little accessory to give away with your little figurine. Now, let us bring Donquixote Doflamingo onto his little mirrored stand here. And let's bring him just a little bit closer so that we can get a good 360 look at our big old, arguably favourite of the former celestial dragons himself. And there is Doflamingo in all of his glory. This is an amazing stance that he's in. He looks absolutely incredible as well. He will be just a little bit taller than your regular WCF figures, but of course Doflamingo is supposed to tower over the likes of Luffy and Trafalgar Law, so that would actually look quite nice. I know that it's not obviously to scale, because if you've had One Piece figures to scale, they would look absolutely ridiculous. Like Luffy would only come up to maybe the shin of Kaido. So I do prefer having WCFs where they're all roughly the same scale and the same size as each other. But going to scale is a little bit just impossible when it comes to the likes of One Piece. You can get a smaller extent of things, where you can make Chopper a little bit shorter, because it wouldn't make sense if Chopper and Luffy were the same height. But I'm just going to centralise this up a little bit so that the camera focuses in on him. But there we go. That is a really, really nice, really cool looking version of Doflamingo. I love the pose as well, where he's obviously doing one hand with his strings and the other hand is just in his pocket. Very, very similar to the style of Doflamingo, where he just does not care enough. He can put in a minimal amount of effort and beat most people with tremendous ease, because he is just that damn good. And that is going to be it for this little video. In the next video, we are going to see another A+ studio. We're going to see an A+ studio of a WCF figure that doesn't exist, which is, of course, Joker's faithful sidekick. I am, of course, talking about Doflamingo's very own Bellamy, and that is going to be a very, very cool little figure to see, because, of course, there isn't a WCF figure of him, so getting to see that in any form is going to be really cool. And with that said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video. I really hope you've all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that we can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Donquixote Doflamingo.